Hey everyone, my name is Untitled Chapter and you're watching Joburg Today.
Hello and a warm welcome to Joburg Today. I am Nashina Mohammed. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Well, this time of the year, Easter eggs are all over. At least one Johannesburg company looks at eggs completely differently. Well, they have been creating uniquely handcrafted ostrich eggshells jewellery for years now. The pieces have been attracting attention from international jewellery shows in Paris and Germany to craft markets and shops in Bryanston, Rosebank and Cape Town.
What can you think this? What is this even?
Ostrich Tridanic.
Oh, this is nice. Never thought it'd make jewellery.
Is metal which is hard metal, stainless steel, together with a shell. So it's like brittleness together with diamond hardness. And that's it takes a long time to do, and it's kind of lots of pieces of two back to back, and that's where the fitting comes together. If you cut two circles and then you put them together, they're never going to match because it's from an egg shape. But if you twist that, suddenly it fits in and it's like magic.
You can do any design, any product from an eggshell. It is more valuable than I ever thought it would be. Yeah, eggshell is a perfect raw material for making jewellery.
It looks like it's like a stone, but you don't feel a stone or a shell from the sea. No, it's not that, but it's an ostrich egg and it's so lovely.
I was so unsure that it wasn't going to just shatter in front of us. But after a long time of me insisting and everybody fighting with me, we dropped the dental clay, and it's very strong actually. We don't need to be insecure about it. That ostrich shell is actually thick enough and strong enough. I mean, if the Bushmen stored water for thousands of years, then surely we can make jewelry out of it. We're in business to make people look beautiful.
Whether you do something in the natural shell, to a painted, to an etched piece. It gives great variety and individuality because the eggshell is also so varied in textures and so on.
12 years ago, Mambo Design sent their first pieces to a show in Frankfurt, Germany. And the rest is history. The business even weathered the bird flu epidemic, affecting the local ostrich industry.
We mostly get the shells from Oudtshoorn. The farmer barters with us. So he's got a show farm, he's got a shop. We provide him with the jewellery and he provides us with the eggs. It works very well because obviously he wants to keep us supplied and that's been a great lifesaver because the eggs have at times really been a problem to source due to the bird flu and that kind of thing.
When I cut it wrong, it affects everybody on the team. So I must be very specific when I'm cutting pieces so that my other teammates won't have a problem in assembling and putting on the artwork. So it's very important to follow exactly the lines that I'll be drawing on top of the eggshell and to choose the proper eggshell according to the quality and the size of the design.
We are the guys responsible for giving the ostrich eggshell a picture that you see. I was shaking in the beginning because I knew basic art, but then through working here at Mambo Design, I've learned so much. I perfected what I've been doing over the years, and then it became simple. It is easier, but it takes time.
Tourists and the European market apparently especially appreciate the jewellery. But it's not all.
I was really wonderfully surprised to find in one of the trend websites, New York trend websites, that one of our necklaces, which did win an award at the show that I did in Paris, was featured there alongside Vivienne Westwood and Dolce & Gabbana and all those names.
The one I love most is the one I'm wearing now. It's one of the geometric ranges that we came up with. It came from Dominic, and I love this piece.
That's one that I really appreciate. It's done with the inside of the egg, and it's got a very contemporary feel to it. It's also a reversible piece. So on the other side you see the natural eggshell.
I never thought it would be so difficult to choose amongst ostrich eggshells. Marisa de Klerk, Joburg Today. How does this look, by the way?
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter @JoburgToday. Dabulamanzi Canoe Club was founded by a group of paddlers that decided to set up the second canoe club in Johannesburg in 1979. The founder members realized that Emmarentia Dam would become the premier Gauteng canoeing venue. They established their club, which today consistently has a membership of some 700, including world champions in various categories.
The Dabulamanzi Canoe Club was established probably mid to late 70s, originally as an offshoot of the Johannesburg Canoeing Club. We are based here at Emmarentia Dam in the northern suburbs, which makes us pretty central to a lot of the people who are interested in the sport.
I'm just one of the guys that are high performers. I'm also one of the coaches that are coaching here at Emmarentia Dam. I actually started a long time ago. I was still in primary school. I just felt in love. I couldn't stop. I'm also a racing team member in my club.
At Dabulamanzi, we offer marathon canoeing and sprint canoeing as well as canoe polo. We also have a number of members who are interested in whitewater kayaking as well. Certainly in canoeing terms, this is definitely one of the smallest dams or bodies of water that canoeists practice on, often referred to as our little fish pond. As small as it is, Emmarentia Dam and Dabulamanzi have actually produced some of the top canoeists in South Africa competing in both sprint, marathon, canoe polo, and many of those have done well abroad. I think canoeing as a sport is actually a really good shining example of what transformation in sport in this country can be. We've had over the past few years a number of good development initiatives. Dabulamanzi itself has a sister club known as Soweto Canoe and Recreation Club, SCARC, started by members of Dabulamanzi and adopted by us as our development wing. That club has really grown from strength to strength and currently is probably the strongest club in Gauteng as far as results go in marathon paddling, both on the river and flat water. South Africa has produced a number of international level paddlers. We are currently rated as the #1 marathon canoeing country in the world, having produced both under 23 and senior champions. As far as maintenance and safety goes, the biggest challenge really is obviously educating the people when they're starting out in the sport, making sure that, first of all, obviously being a water sport and being that we are using racing kayaks, that all participants are proficient swimmers. It doesn't matter how good you are going to fall out of your boat at some point. It happens to all of us, and you're never too good to think that it's not going to happen to you. And indeed, it's a sport that you can do in pretty much any weather. Being a water sport, doesn't matter if it's raining, you're going to get wet anyway. So as long as there's no lightning, then you can do what you need to do.
My name is Phiri Mazibugo. I'm a star architect and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that brings us to the end of the show. For more coverage on the city, do check out our playlist. And that's it from me, Nashina. Have a great long Easter weekend.